Has anyone played Shuri on the ladder or Conquest? So, Shuri has never been a super popular deck, or at least not for a long time. And with the release of Blob to the game, Shuri's 28 power Red Skull has like finally been power crept, and it's not actually very good anymore. For a long time, if you went back through my weekly best decks video or bi-weekly best decks video, you'd hear me say, Shuri's putting up good numbers, but just isn't very popular. This time around, Shuri's just gonna be absent, because she still has no numbers, but she's also not very popular. Or she's not very popular, but she's also not good. She's finally been pushed out. Is there a pity timer on the 4th card in boxes? I've never managed to get a new card from there. No, there's no... The spotlight caches week to week don't impact each other. Which is why if you're ever opening spotlight caches without having all of them guaranteed, you're literally just throwing your resources away. Don't open spotlights that you don't have the resources to guarantee what you want. Each spotlight cache is localized from the others. They don't impact each other. I guess I don't understand your statement then, Hedge. If you're saying you always open 4, I'm not sure what you're asking me then. Holy. Wow. So this is gold, white crackle, gold, white crackle. Oh, that one doesn't have the white crackle. It's like, holy, did they get all of them? It was looking like they had all of them for a minute. I'm gonna assume they can't contest center, and then we beat them on the left. These are all Dan Hips, right? This one's not. These 4 are all Dan Hips. Does this ever lose if these live? I don't think so. It's a pretty big if, though. Welcome to the danger room. Welcome to the jungle. Who's a good doggo? Good doggo. Doggo, 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 doggo. Victory. Wow, their deck is almost all hips, huh? The Dan Hip Mysterio, Dan Hip Monkey. And even the Angela was anime Angela, which isn't far off from Dan Hip's art style. I don't think Dan Hip has an Angela. Hey, Andrew. So close yet so far from triple digits. See you in 15 minutes. I'll be in the basement. To call out a fellow idiot gamers, Andrew there in chat is actually the reason why I have my job here today. One fateful evening after finishing a session of Friday Night Magic, he said, hey, there's a Magic the Gathering tournament 2 hours from here that'll have hundreds of players and thousands of dollars in prizes. We should go. So we hopped in the car like a bunch of degenerates and drove off. And that started my tournament career, which eventually snowballed into making content here on Twitch. So shout out to Andrew. Hey Jeff, I've been watching you since October 22, and I love your videos. Love here from India. 3 a.m. here by the evening. Do you watch any anime or web series? What's the last anime I watched? I'm not actually a big anime guy. I play Genshin and Honkai Star Rail as anime video games, but they are not anime shows.
Oh, snap. Opponent snap.
Smelly room represent. Yeah, when you're all driving around to play Magic tournaments, chat, we were all like fresh out of college or currently broke college kids. It was like 4 to 5 people in a car to split the gas price. And then it was 5 to 6 people in a hotel room to make the room costs be cheap. All right, let's keep dodging these rocks, huh?
Wind, aid my hand.
What determined who got the beds? Usually the people who slept on the floor / bathtub paid slightly less money. Usually. Oh, we're gonna get Professor X, aren't we? I think I'm supposed to count on Nebula winning me the left, and I'm gonna Jessica Jones one of these. Hotel rooms were pay to win. Yup. Life is pay to win, really, gamers. You want to talk about things that are pay to win? We bought both my children their own pairs of ice skates because they've been super into that lately. Man, extracurricular activities are freaking pay to win. And that's just for figure skating. I don't even need like big hockey pads or anything like that. Nah, they're not allowed to play hockey. They don't. They're not allowed to do contact sports until they're adults. They can make their own decision at that point, but anything that could permanently damage their brain is not allowed. Unlucky on the Echo. Shame we don't have a sunspot. Definitely just passing so we can get the She-Hulk down still, though. No League of Legends, then. Goliath. Full of other things. Well, they don't have Goliath and they don't have Shang-Chi. They don't have Arrow. They have Thanos. Just beat Thanos. Might not beat Thanos. Short. Flip the coin around. I always forget I can check the blob because it was bugged for like the first 2 or 3 days. Just couldn't click on it. You're muted for perpetuity. I almost preemptively muted them because they were playing the toxic deck, but I was like, nah, maybe they're fine. I'm just gonna make sure we mute all the Thanos players moving forward. No more. I've run out of benefit of the doubt. No goodwill left. Inked pixel Thanos, yep.
Snap. Opponent snapped.
Lucky. Like Cosmo, the not Necrosiopath, because that's probably if they're a bounce deck where they want to play too. With fast, they might beat us here. I guess they might tie us is the likely outcome. I wonder if they knew how that was gonna work. Feels like the answer is no. They're probably a Havoc deck, if I had to guess. Maybe it's wrong to storm here because of that.
Wind, aid my hand.
Well, that was my best possible. So this is 18 in the middle, 14 here. We need Jeff left. Jeff left doesn't help. They're going to 19. I'm going to 11, 16. And Jeff loses the Marvel bonus. Yeah, we're covered even if this is the real one, right? Yeah, I think they're playing the Hawkpick deck we featured recently.
Victory.
The games these Goose decks generate against each other tend to be pretty good games of Marvel Snap. I feel like if you're not doing Professor X stuff, hey Fonseca, Oglandian, yep, GG. I feel like if you're not doing Professor X stuff, like Goose, Cosmo, Echo is like your best bet. Mysterio Nico is first. Yeah, the thing to know on Nico is that she always impacts the leftmost Mysterio. So the +2, the destroy draw on the turn to a D-Man always hits that leftmost one. Because they play out simultaneously left to right. Considering paying full sticker price for Miss Marvel, I'm free to play with limited resources, but I think Miss Marvel's a pretty solid pickup. Miss Marvel is good in both halves of this metagame. She's good in decks that need counterplay against lockout decks, and she's good in lockout decks themselves. So regardless of like which side of the field you're trying to play, you're gonna get mileage with her. I am not a Shang-Chi deck, so I want to Cosmo Monster Island in case they are. Torn between getting Thanos or Miss Marvel at full sticker price myself. That's a tough one. Thanos, I guess the toss-up is, do you want a card that, they're honestly equally powerful and Marvel goes in more decks, but you can't play Thanos without Thanos. The middle is very safe, yes. Like one storm, please. Ah, just desserts. Draw storm. Come on, snap me. Is it toxic if I wait a minute to try and get them to snap me? The answer is yes, but I'm gonna do it anyways. They played Leach. How are the Tribunalics earlier? Kind of mid. They're fine in power level, but they just get, they're kind of awkward in Conquest because they have such polarized matchups if your opponent has good tech cards.
Victory.
Since I can't count on Storm to get rid of their Limbo anyways, because they're a Leech deck, I'm just gonna Storm Shuri's Lab because I think they utilize that location better than I do long term. 5:30 a.m. Get some sleep, friend. Hey, thanks, Big Mac. Appreciate you doing your drops here with us.
Wind, aid my hand.
Can they contest more here? I'm gonna be greedy and hope no. Cyclops, I guess? Oh, just magic, sure. Or did they leech my Maximus? Miss Marvel here. Okay, what's their other big thing? There's no penalties on any of my characters, so the Abomination costs max. Later Woman? Yeah, I guess. They only have 2 cards in their deck if they're a Blob deck. I think I'm staying. Oh my god, they're a Shang-Chi deck. Get fucked, bud. Good shout from chat. We should She-Hulk to head Shang-Chi. Thankfully, we drew armor like a professional. Do I wait a turn to play this to go Echo, play Nebula, and Morag?
Oh,
I think so. Why do you keep losing to Loki? I have no idea. We've been playing Marvel Snap for 9.5 hours today, and I have not played against Loki one time. No joke. 9.5 hours. Not once. Sunspot. I'll do this and bake some energy for She-Hulk and see what they do. I'm gonna leave myself flexibility to play for Asgard here. Good old communist Asgard shit. I think they're most likely to magic here. Damn. Might as well armor over Jeff. Yeah, they're a Shang-Chi deck. Good job.
Wind, aid my hand.
For anything in either way. Might as well head Shang.
victory.
That's true, Hedge. Yeah, you're right. Chet's right. I mean, I guess the other side is, in order to magic here, they'd have to have another card. So, like, I think Chet is right that if they can magic here, they're most likely to magic here. But the flip side of that is, they've already played Misty and Nightcrawler, and they didn't have another cheap card to go with Nightcrawler when they played it. So I don't think there's a guarantee that they have oh, I guess I gave them 2 cards. So the fact that I gave them 2 cards with Maximus means they're likely to be able to magic left. Okay, talking through the whole situation, I think you're right. I think they're both likely to magic the Morag the most, and because Max gave them resources, they're likely to be able to do that. Which means I should have gone Sunspot here, Cosmo here. I wasn't thinking about the component of Maximus giving them extra cards. I think is the part that my brain missed in the connections there. A lot of Echo Boosters from League of the Variant Gamers. I might just cave and buy the Peach Echo when it comes up in my shop again. I'm so sad I skipped both of the Spotlight ones for her. They were both great. Statue deck you played is so good, just cleared 2 infinite tickets with it. It's very solid. It's got the metrics to back it up. It's also just like a very satisfying deck to play. I think like we mentioned during that set, one of the biggest things about that deck is the fact that it just like doesn't care about Shang-Chi. Wait, they didn't... They didn't, I guess they wouldn't want to accidentally... I'm just not going to show that I'm a Cosmo Armor deck. I think we're too far behind. Yeah, they're stepping too. Hedging Shadow King? Yeah, I guess. Nanny? What are we doing here, bud? Echo's largely textless in this matchup, but I don't want to commit Sunspot to the board just yet until I tentatively have an armor teed up for him. Oh my god, my brain is huge. Oh my gosh, my brain is huge.
Oh, snap. Victory.
Yeah, with the power of Goose and Echo combined, we get to like push their null around a little bit, but that's not too big of a thing, I don't think. So one of the things to think about in this deck when you're playing it that's a little bit different than other Goose decks right now is that in most other Goose decks right now, you're proactively goosing the center to keep them out of Miss Marveling. However, this deck is a Miss Marvel deck. So you don't want to goose the center in this deck because you don't want to get locked out of your thing. I don't have priority, so I'm not going to try and armor the middle. On the off chance they play like a Wolverine this turn and don't try and eat the middle, we'll be able to go armor then.
Enough said, bub.
Wind, aid my hand.
X23 increases the likelihood of Zola null. X23 is very stock in the opponent's archetype and does not increase the likelihood of anything. I think I'm staying with Armor Sunspot Metal. Staying. It's weaker than I was expecting after the snap.
Clear for takeoff.
Full soak here in case we draw She-Hulk. They just play middle every time, right? And even if they don't play middle, like, what is the destroy deck gonna do to get points on the left? They have like they'd have to like Deathlock Venom the left. What do they do to get points in the center? How cheap is their death? That's a good question. They killed Wolverine once. They killed X23 once. They killed Nico. The 5? I think it's 5. So that would put them to, oh, Forge as well, so it's 4. I'm going plus 15 to 24. Do I play around Death Middle? This beats Death Middle. Loses to Deathlock. They had Deathlock Venom, we were never winning. I could have flipped differently to beat that. Right, we could have maxed and stuff over here, but I think we play to beat death most of the time. Application desperately needs a way for me to see death and null stats.
Snap. Victory.
One card is more likely from 2. Even if they... No, I don't think that's true, Starrick. There are still 2 cards left in their deck.
Snap.
I have Armor and Cosmo. I have Nebula and Jeff to play for priority. I'm gonna step here. Was it only 1 card? Maybe you're right. You might be right. I don't remember. Like a book. Oh, like a book. Oh, they had 2 cheap cards too. Oh, for fuck's sake. What a lucker. We got a good 6 drop at least, I guess, but holy. It's a good draw, I suppose. they had the Nico copy mode, and then Hulkbuster hit Nico and gave them a 7 power Nico. Yeah, I guess that was only the second best. X23 better, maybe X23's better. Okay, can I say they were the luckiest now since they hit the fucking 2x mode on it right away? Now am I allowed to complain? when is the bitching allowed to start? Okay, so this puts me to 19. This puts me to 29. I need to absorb 4 to beat them in the middle. Right? 24 down to 19, up to 29, up to 33. Alright, we're luckier on the raft at least.
Victory.
Real big fish. Real big fish.
Opponent snapped.
Oh, wait. This is actually great because they just put rocks into their deck, right? So they can't play there.
Wind, aid my hand.
And they have Null and Death. Null is huge. Thank you for your astute observation as always, Twitch chat. I appreciate the depth of your insight. I think we're actually good, right? They'd have to roll through Quantum Tunnel a couple of times. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I know what I did. 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 It's fine. It actually all just comes down to can they RNG Quantum Tunnel if they have the big thing. They would have to play into Tunnel and then roll it back out with a rock after with 2 rocks in their deck because they played into the Gulia.